Hello and welcome back. My name's Tis, philanthropist, author, teacher, and I'm going to be talking to a couple of people here about the secrets, 5 secrets on how do you stop yourself getting into the wrong relationship. So if you're single, you need to watch this video. If you're in the wrong relationship, you should watch this video because we'll talk about how to get out legitimately without incurring more karmic debt. We're going to be talking about a little bit about karma, but not too much. Okay, so let's get into it. And they're going to be responding and reacting to these wild ideas, okay? Wild, but they're based in real wisdom. So the first one is you have to like the natural smell of the guy, right? So I've met many girls in my life, and I've met girls who I like the natural smell, like I really like it. Others that there's no smell, I don't detect any smell. And others where I find the smell weird, okay? So if you meet someone new, and they're wearing shampoo or soap, you will not detect the natural smell, okay? So you have to sort of smell them without the soap and without the shampoo, okay? So it's like a secret, like if you like the smell of someone, you're in harmony, magnetic harmony with that person. It's an ancient secret. Okay, the number 2 is sleep next to them. So one of the secrets of most things, if you want guidance, like through your dreams at night, if you sleep next to a guy, you should wake up in the morning, and in the morning you'll wake up with a dream that you had about that guy. And in the dream, he might be 2-timing girls, right? He might be having various relationships, and that tells you who the guy really is, right? I know girls who they've slept next to the guy, and in the night, the guy rips the heart out, puts the heart on the ground, and stamps all over it inside the dream, and that's what ended up happening in the real life. And I've got my own stories where I've met girls and I've slept no sex. If you have sex, it changes everything. I've slept next to the girl, and then in the dream, like my father in the dream is like disapproving of her. It's like obvious, but people don't pay attention to this stuff, and then they go down the wrong path. Okay, so sleep next to them. The third one is awkward beginnings. Awesome relationships start awkwardly. Bad relationships start love at first sight, infatuation at first sight. Easy, effortless chemistry. You don't know what happened. Like the guy is already seduced. The women come pre-seduced, then you don't have to actually do anything. You just have to show up, right? And then the relationship ends up badly, but it starts off really like easy chemistry. Ariana Grande is an example of this. She as soon as she saw Pete Davidson, she's like, I want to marry that guy. It was like love at first sight. How did the relationship end up? Badly. So, and I could go on and on with these types of examples. So awkward beginnings. The fourth one is it takes time to get to know someone. The planet Venus takes 8 months to orbit the sun, and that's how long it takes to know, love, trust someone. So if you're dating someone and you have sex after 1 month, that's a problem because you don't even know who the person is. It takes a few months for the person to take off their mask, and then you know who the guy really is, right? I know a girl who tried to trick my friend. She's like, I want to have kids. And then he's like, no, I don't want kids. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't want kids either. And then she tried to lead him on, drag him along. And at the end of like 6 months in, no sex, 6 months into the dating, she finally said, no, I'm done. I don't want to see you anymore. I want to have kids. Like she revealed herself. So it takes time. Like if you meet a guy now, like you don't know who the guy is. And sex after a week, and then you're in.
That's also why the relationships you have with like friends you already know for like years are the best.
Yeah.
Because you know the people and they know the best.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing. And the fifth one, I'm always forgetting. Far out. I should know this off. Awkward beginnings. Smell them, sleep next to them. The 8-month thing. I've got notes, guys. Sorry. We'll get back to that. There's something that's on my mind right now. Karmic debt. So whenever you have sex with someone, whenever a man enters the body of a woman, karmic debt is exchanged. So you take on all this karmic debt, she takes on all his karmic debt, and you have to pay that off. So, and the energy of that person is with you for the next 12 months as well. So you can't just be with one guy and think, oh, I didn't like him, I'm going to be with someone else next week. That's not, it's karmic. It creates problems later in life. Sometimes immediately, just depends on how fast you pay karmic debt. But karma is a real thing and people don't acknowledge it. I'm going to have sex with 10 people and think there's going to be no consequences. That's not really what it's like. Numbers, right. Numerology, right. Have you ever been dating a guy and you see recurring numbers whenever you look at the time? It says maybe 7:15 or it says 11:11, nothing like that? Well, pay attention next time because maybe there's something appearing and you're not paying attention, right? So the numbers to be careful of are 15. So if you have a date tonight at 1 a.m. and you look at the time, it says 12:15, and then you go on the date, and then you're on your way home, it says 3:15 a.m. That guy, let him go and find his soulmate. It's not your soulmate, right? So the good number is 22. So if you see the guy and 22 keeps appearing on the phone or in some other places and it's very clear, 22. 22 good, 15 bad. And a lot of people see the number 1111 and they're like, oh wow, it's something good. 1111 is not a good number. It's not a very bad number. 15 is the worst. But when you see 1111, it's a sign of a beginning that is not, don't go there, don't do it. It's not terrible, but it's just you're better off doing something else. Mm-hmm. So it's just guidance. Why the numbers?
Yeah, why the numbers?
Why they have that meaning? It's kind of why does an orange taste sweet? It just
but you can taste it, and the number thing.
Well, you
can just say, okay, you can also say 16 is the best number in the world.
Well, you can prove it. So you can put a number on your bedroom wall. So the number 15, for example, put it on your bedroom wall and see what happens. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, you can put the number 666 on your bedroom wall.
But that's also then you only pay attention to the negative things because you know 15 is a bad number now. So you wake up and you just pay attention to the negative things. And if you think that the number 15 is positive, you only pay attention to the positive things.
Well, you don't want to be fanatically tunnel vision on any one thing. You need to have your eyes open. If something comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You're not going to be looking at numbers all of a sudden. I'm going to check the time. What time is it? It's not because I'm looking for a number. I'm just checking the time. So in my experience, that I'm not obsessed or fanatical about the numbers. It's just something that I've noticed comes up over and over in my personal life and in the lives of others, but people don't pay attention to it. And so that there's guidance. The thing is that we don't know what's right. Who's the right guy for you guys, right? And does he even live in Lisbon, right? And is it? There's so many questions that are unanswered for so many of us. Will Smith should have divorced her many years ago when she had sex with someone else. And that's the next thing I want to talk about. If you're in the wrong relationship, how do you get out without incurring karmic debt? Because the angels of karma. I don't know if you believe in angels or not. Okay, good.
I do not.
Oh, you don't? Okay. You can't just be with someone and go, oh, bye. That's abandoning a woman, right? Guys do that all the time. My brother slept with 500 women. He abandons women, many women. And if you do that, you have to have a reason to do that. For example, if I was in a relationship, start a relationship, and then my wife has sex with someone else, I don't have to stay with her. If she kissed someone else, I still have to stay with her.
Why?
Well, because we're connected physically, energetically. It's a real connection. You can't just have sex with someone and then abandon them without consequences. Because sex, it leaves an imprint. For a long time, you got it's a commitment. It's not just oh, bye. The other thing is violence. If someone's being violent, you don't have to stay with that guy. So many people, because it's written in the Bible, some Christians, you can never divorce unless it's promiscuity, right? And that's true, but also violence. If a man is violent to you, you do not have to stay just because you signed a paper. Because a lot of women feel trapped. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, I signed the paper, I can't get out of this relationship. Promiscuity and violence, you can. Any other reasons, you should work that out. You should really try to work that out with the guy. And I know it can be difficult. I know people who are in the wrong relationship, but it's kind of there's not a legitimate reason enough to get out. The guy isn't being violent, he's not being promiscuous, so how does she get out? And she has a kid to him. So it's and then she has to go through the process of meeting another guy and all that stuff that most people don't want to have to do, right? So, okay, so that's the end of that. The last thing we'll talk about, we're almost 10 minutes in, good, we'll try to finish it on 10 minutes, is, okay, so if you are single and you want to meet the right person, how do you do it? And I've read this topic back to front. We're not going to elaborate on this topic too much, just the principles, and that is give more than you're taking. And there's a whole philosophy about how to do that, but give more than you're taking. Most people are taking way too much. And keep your eyes open. And if you're a woman, try to provoke him to talk to you. If you see him, like if you have your eyes open and you see someone who looks like the type of guy you would be with, provoke him to talk to you. And if you're a guy, initiate conversation, and that's it. Okay.
Thank you.
See you guys.